Can you take me back to that and tell me the story of how you get the news?
Yeah, so I was looking for earrings to match my dress, and my mom was in her room watching TV, and I was kind of just running around the house, I think it was in the morning time. My dad was he's a retired firefighter. He was at this fire station at the time. My sister was working at the mall, and my brother was living in Providence, Rhode Island. And I saw we live down a long dirt road in the middle of the woods. You know what I mean? Like whenever anybody pulls up, we know who's coming. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, I saw like a small sedan with a blue plate, a government plate, and I was like, "Who is that?" And immediately, I think about my dad. Like I thought something had happened to him. Um, and then I see a military vehicle behind, and they went to the side door, and I'm kind of hiding because I'm a kid. I was nervous, and I'm like, Mom, there's people coming at the door, and then I saw their uniforms, and my uncle was a Vietnam veteran that was unfortunately disabled from Agent Orange and is an American hero in his own right. My mom knew, like immediately. She said, "Don't open the door. Don't open the door." And she started panicking. She wouldn't come down the stairs. And I was like, I have to open the door, and I opened it. So at the time, my sister-in-law had the two casualty officers at her house in North Providence, but they couldn't tell us anything. They literally had to sit there until my dad got escorted to the house so that everybody was told in a like organized fashion at the same time. Yeah, so
That
we
doesn't that sits so weird with me. So you
it
were just
was
sitting there
45 minutes to an hour
45 minutes
with two soldiers.
essentially knowing what they're probably going to tell you,
Yep.
and they can't. That okay, sorry.
It was awful. Yeah. And so my dad, he gets escorted from the fire station, the fire trucks and the police officers, and then the state troopers went to the mall to pick up my sister. I had to call my oldest brother Kevin. That was still to this day, um, excuse me, very hard phone call because he didn't have a car. So um, just being like, we didn't, we knew, but we didn't know. You know what I mean? Like we were like, you need to get home as soon as possible. Um, and finally, like we all were there, and yeah, I'll just that like those memories just started coming back to me within the last few years because like when you go through trauma like that, you kind of suppress a lot of stuff. But that was probably one of the hardest things to do at 18 years old, just to open the doors. And then I went through like this guilt thing, like if I didn't open, like you go through all these crazy thoughts, right? Like that are so unrealistic. Like no matter what, it was going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, but it was very hard. I did end up going to prom because he was like I didn't know if I wanted to go at first. Like I was like, oh, I'm in the state championship. I have other things to worry about, like I wanted to win this title, and I was like, maybe I'll just chill and like relax. It's a day off from softball. My brother didn't go to his senior prom, so he was like, no, you gotta go. Come on, like just make sure you go. So I ended up going, and my date was an absolute champ. He's still one of my closest friends to this day.
I can't
Um,
imagine.
like I mean, for him, like we talk about it a lot. Like I'm like, thank you for. He could have been like, no way, you know what I mean? Like, and he was as an eight.
That is a heavy thing for an 18-year-old kid to be able to
Yeah, yeah,
successfully accompany somebody during that.
yeah.
So props to him.
Yeah, yeah. His family. He was raised very, very well. But yeah, we ended up going, and despite it all, I mean, I'll never forget walking into prom, and like, it was almost like the music stopped. They were like, because at this time, that point, it's on the news. Everybody knows. So I'll just never forget. like walking in and everybody being like, "Oh my God, Shanon Duffy's here." Like she actually came, you know. And man, like that community, I give them props, you know, my hometown and all my friends from high school, like even 17 years later. Um, and I recognize how much that's traumatic for these 18-year-olds that are, you know, just trying to have a, you know, this is an important event in their life and it's a milestone, and just how awesome they were and just supportive, and still to this day everything that they do, and they remember Shane and they remember those days after Shane, and it just means a lot, you know. Community really, if you, it really does help throughout the process if you have a good one, and that definitely meant a lot to me and my family for sure.
That is incredible to me that you were able to still pull it together and get to prom.